Now let's see what's going on at Tony Talks Vested Up. Cause I miss my Vestals. Let's see what's going on. All right, where is it? Let me remove this screen. Oh, we about to get it today. Oh, there it is. Hey, Vestals. What's going on? Oh, let me go ahead and take that off because that's a surprise, Vestals. Let's see who we got in the room. Let's see who we got in the room. All right, where it is. Because I'm excited tonight. Okay, I got my blue. All right, let's see what's going on. Hey, what's up, Faith? How you doing, Faith? I know them 24 hours seem like it was a long time. Boy, I really hate that I missed y'all yesterday, Vestals. And them 24 hours seem like 73, but I'm gonna make up for it today. Let's see who else is in the room. Oh, what's up? Oh, here he go. Here go SDP 1208. Let me go ahead and get some Tylenol medicine because I know he's gonna throw some loopholes tonight. He's gonna try to trick me tonight. I already feel it. Oh, what's going on, Grim Creeper? Oh, Grim Creeper, I'm gonna need your assistance tonight. I got on my JSU, but I'm gonna need you in the comments tonight. Oh, there we go. Hey, going. What's up, Amber? Oh, you already know. I hope you got your notes. Cause look, we gonna take this thing slow tonight, Amber. Cause I got some answers for you. And guess what? It's the first time in history. Look, it's the first time in history this thing happened that we're gonna discuss tonight. Let me go ahead and see who else in the room, and we're about to begin. Let's see here. Who else we got? Hey, we got Blind Beauty is big time. How you doing? I think I seen you in another live, but if this is your first live, welcome to Tony Talks Vested Up. And if you're new, make sure you got your notes, your drink, and your vest. Trust me, you're gonna need all that tonight. What's up, Deborah Carter? All right, Vesta. Welcome back. Let's see, Faith, what's good? All is good. God is good all the time. God is good. Okay, we gonna start the show off right. What's up, Middle Elite? Hey, I don't see no fires tonight. You always come in here with the fire emojis. I need my fire emojis tonight. Drop them. Hey, what's up, Grill? JSU alumni. Oh, that's you? That's you, Amber? I didn't know that. But now I know, okay? Just like 420, now I know she's in Cleveland and she's a Giant, but she come over here and she show love. Okay, I'm ready too. What's up, Peter Supernatural? Come on with it. I'm gonna need you tonight. I'm gonna need all y'all Vestals tonight. I found you about 2 weeks ago and I subscribed for the first time. Thank you. If this your first live, you finna be in a tree, and don't let the scat scare you away. That's how we just get down, okay? Because we family over here, okay? All right, Michelle. Oh, Michelle. Famous 647. There we go. There go my fire. Okay, now I can begin. Woo! I got my fire. Now, Vestals, I'm going to go real slow tonight because at the end, we're going to talk about that topic that everybody has been talking about in the next 24 hours. And I'm glad I did not go over that topic last night because I actually got more information about that tonight. And as I already stated, that's the first time in NFL history it happened at that level. And guess what? I'm not an expert, but I found an expert that's going to tell you exactly why I say that, okay? Now let's go ahead and begin. So first, shout out to Geno Smith. Geno Smith, of course, he was drafted by the Jets in one time. I forgot the year. But y'all know when he was drafted. Then he went to the Raiders. Now he's going back to the Jets. So Geno Smith has found a home. The only one that has not found a home that has that beautiful melanin that I know of is Kyler Murray. Let me go ahead and address the elephant in the room. Yeah, it's still discussions in that wonderful, big, beautiful town called Cleveland. They're still going around with the narratives that Kyler Murray is coming to Cleveland. I'm not going to buy it. I'm not going to sink my teeth in it. So we're going to keep pushing. All right. And I do want to talk about something else about that. Okay. But congratulations to Geno Smith. He got another opportunity to play in the NFL. And actually, he's going back to the team that drafted him. So shout out to him. And hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll be hearing about Shiloh Sanders soon in the next 48 hours, okay? Going to the Jets. I'm just going to drop a little nugget right there, okay? Don't tell nobody where you heard it from, okay? All right. Now, you know I got to bring this up. So we talked about this a couple days ago with Tua Tagovailoa. I actually said it tonight. Tua Tagovailoa. We already know he went to the Falcons. So Kevin Stefanski got him. And then also Kevin Stefanski also picked up another defensive edge from Cleveland named Cameron Thompson today. So he's heading to to Atlanta. But so Kevin Stefanski got those two. But on the same day that Kevin Stefanski got defensive edge, pass rusher Thompson, three current Atlanta Falcons players stepped down. They don't want to be part of the Atlanta Falcons no more, especially after Tua Tagovailoa got signed there for 1 year, $1.3 million, $1.2 million. So 3 players have left the Atlanta Falcons. So let's see what Kevin Stefanski is going to do. I'm not going to drop their names. That's not my team, but I'm definitely watching Atlanta because I want to see how Kevin Stefanski deal with this comment that's coming his way. But yes, he collected 1 and 3 left. That's telling. That is telling. I do know 1 was running back and I think 2 was a linebacker. That's Kevin Stefanski's problem, okay? Geno went to the Jets. Yes. Oh, that's bad. What's bad, Amber? That Kevin gained 1 or 2 and lost 3? Yeah, Kevin Stefanski lost 3 in Atlanta today. And I heard that Atlanta is... If Atlanta was mad when Kevin Stefanski got hired as head coach, the way that they cutting up on them platforms and on those social media platforms, Kevin Stefanski deserve everything that he's getting. I got me some more fire. Kevin making people quit the NFL. People. Kevin Stefanski. People walk away from their jobs without even having a next contract. They just sitting out there just waiting to be picked up. They don't want to be part of Kevin Stefanski, whatever he got up his sleeves. They don't want to be part of another losing season. And they should have kept Raheem Morris. And guess what? He wasn't out there that long. The San Francisco 49ers picked him up real quick. The same speed they picked up. Who was that? Mike Evans picked him up just like that. Hello, Amber Love. Yeah, Amber Love. I know Atlanta is coming. Atlanta is cutting up. You know what? I'm in Georgia. No one is already 85 degrees in Georgia in March. We don't normally see these temperatures until like May. But you know why? I'm not going to put that on my state because I'm here. But it's because Kevin Stefanski is in Georgia is the reason why the temperature is rising the way it's rising in Atlanta. Do you think Stefanski is going? No. I don't even think he's going to last. If they get an 0-5 start, no. No, I'm trying to keep a straight face. If Michael Penix does not start this year, if Tua Tagovailoa, and I just learned how to pronounce that because I followed Cam Newton's how he said Tua Tagovailoa slowly. If you say it slowly, you can say it. No, I do not think that. I think Kevin Stefanski is going to go 0 for 5. 0 for straight stank 5. 0 for 5. Straight up. No, I don't think he's going to last. And if he does last all season, it's because his buddy Matt Ryan that is there, okay, in Atlanta. Me either. No, 0-5. I'm calling it. The devil, hold on, what you say? Hold on. The devil's among y'all. That's why it's hard. Listen. Amber, don't speak that now. Don't speak that. But it's 85 degrees in Georgia. And you know what it is? Remember I told you them ancestors is under that Mercedes-Benz Stadium? They already ramp it up. And the draft is next month. We're talking about 45 days. Something is happening in Georgia. I will say that something is happening in Georgia. And if you're in Georgia, you know exactly what I'm talking about, Lord. We got the AC on already in Georgia in March. I live in the A. Who? Hey, what's up? A04Q. People people don't go to these games. I dropped my season tickets because of it. Stefanski better win or hit the hot seat would be like. Let me tell you one thing. I'm glad I have, even though I live in Georgia, I of course I was Atlanta Falcons fan growing up because I was a Mike Vick fan. I have not been, after Mike Vick left Atlanta, I stopped becoming a Atlanta Falcons fan. I kind of picked back up and joined the bandwagon when y'all was making that run back to the Super Bowl in 2016 to 17. And when y'all lost that lead to the Patriots and Tom Brady was able to laugh and smile and hold up that trophy, I can't do Atlanta. Now, I did go to the game last year. That's because Jimmy Horn and the Carolina Panthers came to Atlanta. But no, I'm not dealing with Atlanta. I definitely ain't dealing with Atlanta this year. All right, let's see. Let's keep my Amber. Peter, Kevin is pure incompetent and a true, listen, definition of him. Exactly. You may have found me 2 weeks, but you have said everything that we have been echoing over here for months. I'm trying to tell Kevin's confess. I did not mean to stay on this topic that long. Even my chair is getting hot. Let me see here. Now I know who my Don't start me. My Panthers. You know what, Grim Creeper? I'm finna keep moving. I'm finna get off of this. And my lineup is short today, but guess what? We finna get into that gusto. Okay, hold on. Before we do that, you already know. Okay, you already know. If you don't know, I'm about to tell you. So that Oline we've been harping on, that Oline that we've been waiting on, and I just did some lives about. If it wasn't the live on Monday, it was the live probably on Sunday or the live before then. But I said, if Andrew Berry is serious about 2026, he gonna start with that O-line. Now, me personally, I didn't think he was gonna fill up the whole entire O-line in free agency. So if you don't know, this is who we got. Of course, we got that Tytus Howard. He's that right tackle, first round pick. Then we got that Zion Johnson, that right guard. He also was a first round pick. Then, 24 hours ago, we picked up that center, Elgin Jenkins. Woo! Another first round pick. Then we got that Tevin Jenkins. Now, Tevin Jenkins. Well, let me show you what I remember about Tevin Jenkins. Oh, I'm sorry, Tua tongue of a Lord. Let me get you off of this screen. Now, let me show you exactly what I remember. And we all remember this, but I want to go ahead and replay this. Let me know if you can see this, Vestas. Vestas. So I don't know if you remember that short that I did in November, but when I heard that the Cleveland Browns re-signed Tevin Jenkins, I got a little sick today. But if they have re-signed him, that means that he's got on board in terms of doing his job this year, okay? But that's the only thing I don't like. But I guess they needed some veterans as insurance policies. Now, when it comes to Joe Bettino, as far as I know, he has not decided he's going to stay or go. But if he was to go, that's going to clear up another $23 million. And I'm still hoping that even though we got a full O-line now, we still don't have that solidified left tackle. And you know who I want in terms of left tackle out of the draft. So, yes, I went through my notes. Tytus Howard, he's on the right. Zion Thompson, he's a right guard, but he has played left guard. Okay. Then we got the center in Jenkins, and then we got Tevin Jenkins. As far as I know, Tevin Jenkins has always played on the right side. Maybe he's played on the left side, but we still don't have that left tackle. We definitely need that left tackle in order to protect SHEDEUR Sanders. And if you don't know, my pick for the draft for number 6 is Markel Bell out of University of Miami, 6'9", 6'9", 346 pounds, and he ran a 5.36 in the 40. Now, as I say, maybe Andrew Berry is going to pick up him at number 6. But I will say this. If any one of these players I just called out that has got new contracts or have received new contracts with the Cleveland Browns or have extended, I hate to say this, that means that Andrew Berry is going to, for number 6 and number 24, will pick up a wide receiver. Maybe in the second quarter, he may start picking up some additional O-line members, rookie O-line members. But I don't know. If I go back and check my notes, and if, let's say, one of these players are a solidified left tackle, we shall see, Vestas. We shall see. But as of now, we got a complete line. We have a complete line. I just don't see that left tackle that we definitely need. We definitely need a left tackle, solidified left tackle. Okay? All right. I went over that. Oh, let's see. Let me go back. Let me go back to the comments before I play this hitter that we're about to talk. We're about to talk about. Hold on. That's BS. Lost hurt the city. Yeah. Have a rebound since Kevin Stefanski got these black eyes now on him, and the A is not Cleveland. We tried to warn him. I tried to warn him, and I don't even like Kevin Stefanski. I tried to tell him when he got hired on January the 17th, 2026, Atlanta was not Cleveland. And guess what? Atlanta is about to show the world that they are not Cleveland. So everybody just hold on, especially that preseason game. I don't know what plays they're going to come up with for Tua Tagovailoa and Michael Penix. And I'm going to say Dylan Gabriel. Oh my gosh, Atlanta's going to flip. Atlanta is going to flip. Facts. A is not Cleveland. What? Yeah, Bell is that huge. We need that quality O-line. And we got 4 out of 5. I'm going to say we got 4 out of 5. Kevin got Atlanta. Literally. Hey, Faith, just saw you, boo. Hey, that's what I'm talking about, family. All right, family. Here we go. All right. Boy, I got so many pings. Boy, and I was on work travel, and I'm like, okay, what has happened? All right, so I'm going to talk about it from all angles tonight. Now, I want to first I'm going to address the human side of this. If I was Maxx Crosby, I would be in great depression if knowing what happened, okay? That means I was already probably choosing homes, going to the Ravens, talking to new coaches, talking to new teammates, and just to say, nope, you got to go back to the Raiders, a place that he was frustrated with. I can only imagine the mental frustration that he's going through. And you know he's a redhead, so he has a temper. He definitely has a temper, okay? Now, I had to come to this understanding because in the last 24 hours since we got the news, I've been trying to wrap my head around this also. Oh, and guess what? I got some clips also from Tytus Howard, okay? So I gotta remind myself to play those clips. But this is what I have been stressing, and now I know what it truly means, okay? Ever since February, I've been saying that early negotiations for free agency was on March the 9th. But I heard, and I remember I said, but free agency in terms of signing that contract is not until March the 11th. So basically, and especially when it came to Tytus Howard, remember I said it's not official until he signs the contract on March the 11th. Well, come to find out, that's for any and all players that had got a conditional contract or trade agreement. Nothing is solidified or was solidified until 4 o'clock today. Why am I bringing that up? Why am I stressing that heavy? A lot of people are saying, even though the agreement was on the table for Baltimore to take Maxx Crosby from the Raiders, It was not solidified or could not be solidified until the 4 o'clock today. So that means that the Ravens at 3:50 p.m. today could have reneged and pulled back the agreement they had with the Raiders. Now, everybody's also highlighting that everybody knew that Maxx Crosby had this condition. He had this injury. He just had surgery. So everybody's saying is, okay, well, everybody knew about Maxx Crosby. I even knew about Maxx Crosby injury, and I'm not even a Raiders. But they are saying that maybe the Baltimore's, when they found out that Trey Hickerson was still available, they reneged. Okay, I got some clicks. Hold on, let me. I gotta stay on this. I gotta stay on this right here. Go to flip and burn. No wonder they canceled Magic Man. They ain't had nothing to do with that 420. That had nothing to do with. See, you need to go in timeout. NFL had nothing to do with no Magic City, okay? And Magic City Monday. I'm not messing with you. You already turned. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this 420. I do too. But guess what? Remember when I went over the caps for each team, the salary cap? The Raiders was number 2. They still had about $90 million on the table. They still could utilize. And maybe that's why they may keep Max. They may keep Max. We don't know yet because we know they got Tyler Lindenberg over there, the one that we wanted. Look, the ripple effects have not even been seen. The impact from this trade agreement not going through, we haven't even seen the domino effect of this. We're hearing it, but we haven't seen it. Because what if they didn't have the cap? I don't know, but I'm going to play some clips. I'm going to play this clip. Our free agency is insane. Yes. Hey, what's up, Sell More? What's up? All right, hit that. Oh, yeah, hit that like button. Yeah, thank you. I can't see it, but thank you. Please echo that. Good evening. Donna C. 1,000 subs on the way. Let's make it happen tonight. No, but Maxx Crosby is talking like he was. Remember, this came out last week. He was already taking pictures in Baltimore, looking at homes. What if this man had already signed, let's say, a mortgage loan in Baltimore? Is Baltimore going to get him out of that? Now, he probably still be in the escrow window where he can, we don't know what type of trauma this has done to his family unit if he's married, but I know what it's doing to him mentally. And let's talk about him. Hold on, let me finish this comment. I saw him saying goodbye. Yes, he was saying goodbye to the Raiders and moving forward to the Yes. Now, do you know what this does to his career? We got to say, do you know what it has done to his career? Well, everybody is saying, well, okay, if the Baltimore Ravens didn't want him, what is it we don't know? I'm talking about the other 31 teams. Let's say the other 31 teams. They was like, well, okay. And I heard that the Cowboys was second in line in terms of getting him. But have you heard the Cowboys say, hey, we finna offer Maxx Crosby a contract? All the other 31 teams are wondering, like, okay, what is it we don't know about? Why he didn't pass the physical? Now, I did hear this. Each team is medical examination, physical examination is subjective. So just because he didn't pass the Baltimore Ravens physical, he could pass somebody else's physical. But guess what? Now that somebody has officially said that they will not trade 2 number 1 picks for Maxx Crosby based off what they saw in his medical records, do you know that the other teams have a right? I'm not going to say low ball, but probably offer maybe 2 2s or 3 3s based off this hit that his contract has hit or just his personal resume has hit. This has never happened in the NFL before, and I got proof. Let's see here. Yes, the damage is done. It's done. I heard one commentator say that analyst say that he actually has a scarlet letter on him now. that's going to follow him. Now, the only thing that can resolve this, let's say he stays at the Raiders or he goes to another team, and this year he blows all the competition out the water, then the Baltimore Ravens is going to look like they're the one foolish. But based off of that medical physical exam, it was something there they didn't like. Now, it does not stop any other team from offering him a contract. But have you heard any other team in the NFL say anything about Maxx Crosby? That means all of them are on pause because they don't understand what's going on. Even though everybody knew about his injury and his surgery, it's something in those files that we'll never know because of HIPAA, okay? Now, I did hear Skip Bayless had stated that he wished, now this was the video from 2 days ago, he wished that Jerry Jones was not so stingy and when it gave up that second first round for Maxx Crosby. This was Skip Bayless now, but Skip Bayless also said he wondered why Jerry Jones was not going to give up 2. He said he'll give up 1 for Maxx Crosby, not 2. Well, maybe at that time, it was the Cowboys doctor that had already told Jerry Jeudy about something that he saw in Maxx Crosby's medical records. Well, why I bring that up? Well, the word on the street is it was the Cowboys doctor that basically gave or rejected or told the Baltimore Ravens that he didn't pass the test. He didn't pass the physical. It was something along with that meniscus disc or MRI that scared the Baltimore's away. This is what I'm hearing, and I'm going to show proof. Let's talk about it. That's messed up. I hate how they gossip and conclude against people. Yeah, but guess what, Amber? I got a doctor saying what I'm about to play. A doctor is about to say this, okay? Yes. If Maxx Crosby is fine, now this doctor is going to say it takes longer than 2 months to fully heal from a meniscus, okay? So I'm going to play what a doctor said. A doctor said. This is messy. Yeah, we need to watch this. This look very suspicious. Right. So if everybody knew this, but they said they think that they saw something worse in the MRI than expected. So we got to go with that. But then we don't see another team because the teams share information. So I don't know if it's collusion or a true medical issue, but we'll find out. This looks suspicious, so Tua can work with head. Come on with it. And guess what? I'm glad you brought that up. So the Colts also signed a deal with Daniels, Jason Daniels, whatever his name is. He actually failed his physical with the Colts. But the team has the right to say, okay, well, we'll deal with that. We'll take that risk and we'll move forward with it. And that's why Josh Daniels or whatever his name is, he got signed to the Indianapolis Colts. So, yeah, you can fail a physical and the team has the right to say, no, we still going to pull you in and you're going to be on the team and we'll just work with you and train you and what they call it, recover and do physical therapy with you. But for some reason, the Baltimore Ravens won't touch him. All right, hold on. I got through there. So let me go ahead and play this clip so you can see exactly what I'm alluding to, okay? Now, this is from ESPN, okay? So I'm going to have to play it and then stop it. Play it and then stop it. So I don't get a copyright. And that's why I'm not going to throw this video up here. But I want you to hear this doctor say now.
Pocket. Allegedly. Now, we don't know the ins and outs of this entirely. I think the whole world knew Maxx Crosby wasn't healthy, right? Wasn't that kind of the big deal with him at the end of the Raiders situation is he wanted to play. They said he couldn't play. Pete Carroll came out and said, like, doctors just said, we can't do this. And then Maxx Crosby felt disrespected by the Raiders because he's like, all I ever try to do is play for the Raiders. Everybody wants me to get traded somewhere else.
Oh, God. No. Hold on, Vestas. I actually hit the button.
Crosby wasn't healthy, right? Wasn't that kind of the big deal with him at the end of the Raiders situation is he wanted to play. They said he couldn't play. Pete Carroll came out and said, like, doctors just said we can't do this. And then Maxx Crosby felt disrespected by the Raiders because he's like, all I ever try to do is play for the Raiders. Everybody wants me to get traded somewhere else. All I want to do is play for the Raiders. I want to play for the Raiders. Now you guys won't let me play because are you trying to tank to get the number 1 overall pick? That's not what I want to be a part of. Then he heard the stories coming out like Max never won. High school, he never won. College, he never won. Now in the NFL, he's never won. Maybe it's time for him to start thinking about winning because the team that he thought he was so close with obviously had a disagreement at the end of the day. Whole new generation in for the Raiders. Whole new movement of Raiders. Let's move on from Maxx Crosby. And in doing so, we'll get 2 number 1s as well. So we move on into a next generation with Fernando Mendoza, Brock Bowers, Ashton Genty, Tom Brady, probably a little bit more hands-on. We'll move on from the Maxx Crosby era of the Raiders. We'll thank him for his shit. There'll be no bad blood, but we'll also get a lot in return. In the Ravens, Jesse Minter, how you doing? Keep moving your defensive head coach. You got Lamar Jackson on one side. Now you got the Condor on the other side. It all made sense. It all felt like it made sense. All teams started acting
Okay. I had to pause it. That was a minute. Okay, got to get some commentary. So all he is doing is repeating everything that we know. He's repeating that, hey, everybody knew about Maxx Crosby. Maxx Crosby, he wanted to win with the Raiders, but he felt like the Raiders was tanking to get a first-round pick, which the Raiders, I'm not going to say they did it on purpose, but they did it on purpose in order to get Mendoza. That's if they pick him for number 1, okay? So he's just setting the stage. Now this doctor is about to come on, and what this doctor is going to say, I'm going, okay, that makes sense. But I still have to look at it. Everybody knew about Maxx Crosby's injuries, okay? Let's keep playing. Let's keep playing, Vestos.
All other free agents in certain positions start acting accordingly. You got guys signing on the Raiders for prove-it deals, basically. At quarterback rushing positions, I'll take a 1-year prove-it deal if I'm going to get an opportunity to get on the field. You got other people making signings. You got Baltimore Ravens kind of hamstring because of what they got bringing in there. Can't do other stuff. So everything kind of goes how it goes. And then last night we get a message, Ravens said we ain't doing it. Nope.
Okay, so we've already seen this meme, so I'm breaking it down. We already saw this when the headline came out. So this came from the Raiders. The Baltimore Ravens have backed out of our trade agreement with Maxx Crosby. We have no further comment at this time. Now, when the Raiders left it like that, cut and dry, I can tell that whole entire organization was, excuse my French, pissed hot because of this right here. They left it clean like that. So it is not over. I don't think it's over. I don't think it's over between the Raiders and the Baltimore Ravens, okay? Let me keep going. We don't have the money. We don't have the money for him. We don't have the money for 20. We don't have the cap space. I thought them little $25 million we had on the table, and that's probably gone already, but we don't have the money for him. Let's see here. Dynasty, it looks like they have been dirty for a long time. In and out the locker room. In and off the field, the NFL has been dirty. Let me go ahead and bring this doctor up in here. Give me 1 second, Vestos. I want y'all to hear what this doctor say.
Well, we all knew he's going to fail physical, didn't we? Kind of know that's kind of how we got to this whole situation with the injuries is kind of what it all is. Yeah, he couldn't pass physical, so sorry, we need those 2 1s back also too. We fucking need those after this. What? And also, we're signing Trey Hendrickson for 4 years, $115 million, same exact position, and we still have our 2 number 1.
Now, that's the dirty part that they just talked about. You let Maxx Crosby go in less than 24 hours or maybe 10 hours. You already got somebody in his position and offered him lower money. And guess what? They saved the first-round picks they would have had to give to the Raiders. Oh, trust me. I'm saying, based off that tweet, it's not over. This is not over. Let me keep going.
Picks for this year and next year. It's like, wait a minute. Whoa.
Trey Henderson.
So how many days until Wednesday, I guess? This is the interesting thing about the tampering period, but nothing become official until Wednesday. And then being able to just say, we ain't doing that because you failed a physical, even though everybody thought he was going to fail a physical anyways, until probably like June-ish, I think, July. Just an interesting dynamic here that doesn't look like it's good for the football gods. Yeah. It doesn't feel like this has been handled right. Joining us now is a man who's an NFL team for a long, long time. Still a practicing.
He's an NFL doctor. Here we go, y'all.
Physician, I do believe. And also, he is owner and operator of the
Sports Injury Central,
which are a group of doctors and former sports medical people that watch injuries happen, and then they give their immediate diagnosis and projections. Remember, whenever we're calling games, we're like, we're not a doctor. We're not going to try to guess what that injury is. That's what they actually do. They do try to guess it. They put out publicly, and they are normally spot on. On Monday, this man actually said, "Oh, we wonder what the Ravens do with the physical because we all kind of know that he's probably not going to be able to pass it." It turns out to be that story. We appreciate him joining us right now in the middle of his workday, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. David Chow. How you doing?
Dr. David Chow is about to speak. For the next 2 to 3 minutes, listen closely to what he's going to say. Okay, Vestas? Here we go.
Doc, thank you for taking time on this ever-present moment here of team physicians making decisions, seemingly. Can you kind of just take us through why on Monday you put out the video wondering about the physical with the Baltimore Ravens? And can any team do this, I guess? Just kind of say, well, we don't like the physical, and how normal is this, if that makes sense, Doc?
Yeah, thank you. You are catching me between surgeries here, so sorry for the attire and so forth. But yeah, on Monday on my podcast, I said, look, if it's a meniscus repair, that's something that you can't pass a physical in 2 months, and it's only been 2 months. So the Ravens would have to project him to pass a physical. But there's an additional issue that's implied here. Apparently they did additional studies, and it's not just can he be ready for this season? Is it worth the 2 first draft picks in terms of did they find some wear and tear on his knee with the additional studies? And yes, the Ravens, it's a bad look, but they are 100% within their right to determine a failed physical, not only based on today not being able to pass a physical, but the projection or long-term health projections. And that's what's in question here. Your Colts just signed Daniel Jones. He technically fails a physical today from his Achilles, but they're not worried about it, and they're going to pass him on that portion. The Ravens, for some reason, were worried about it long-term, and there's nothing the Raiders can do about it. The league will not investigate. This is just the way that it is.
Okay.
Let me pause. Did you hear what he said? The good doctor said. Basically, the Ravens did not want to take a chance on signing Maxx Crosby with that knee issue, short-term or long-term. Now, of course, he can't say exactly what it is because it's against HIPAA law to actually put out exactly what's in that MRI on his knee. But let's see if an offer come out for Maxx Crosby at the end of the week. Let's give it to Friday. Tomorrow is what? Thursday? Let's give it to Friday. Let's give it to another 48 hours for everything to cool down. Now, if no one asks for Maxx Crosby by Friday going into Saturday, that means that it's more than a meniscus tear. This thing is, whatever's going on in his body or his leg or whatever is bad. And no team is willing to touch him. The doctor got something else to say, okay? This thing is bad. So from a business standpoint, it seemed like the Baltimore Ravens was protecting their organization from another dead cap salary. And they're protecting their investments. They was going to give up 2 first-round picks for somebody that probably couldn't even play this year. We don't know what's in this leg or his medical records. Let's keep going. It's almost done, Vestas. It's almost done. Let's keep going.
Doc, I appreciate you giving us the real scoop and the intel on how it actually works, the projection of potential passing of a physical in the future, and also degenerative stuff potentially happening. Is this one of those things, and I know you doctors are all super geniuses, so I don't want to knock anything, but is this something where one doctor will say, it's not a problem, and another doctor could say, it is a problem? So the Ravens can be within their right saying, our doctor said it was a problem, even if there was another doctor that said, whoa. Like if another team today trades for Maxx Crosby, gives a first rounder and a second rounder, and then their doctors pass the physical, it can be a differing of opinion, right? When you're trying to project what the future is, especially whenever it comes to the elite athletes and stuff like that.
100%. Doctors' analysis in some ways are like a scouting report. One GM may have this player graded as a first rounder, another as a high second rounder. They're not all unanimous on their opinions. And I don't think anyone's saying Maxx Crosby can't play football this fall. I think what the Ravens are saying is we're worried about our long-term investment in terms of what we might get based on what we're now seeing with the knee. Certainly they exchange medical information ahead of time. And the simple analogy I'll give you is when you purchase a home or sell a home, you enter escrow. There is a 10 or 14-day inspection period. And if the inspection doesn't go as planned for the buyer, they can unilaterally cancel the contract. The roof doesn't have to leak for you to cancel the contract. You can just say the roof is older than I thought it was and might need to be replaced earlier than I thought it was. So I'm not buying this home unless you discount it, or I'm dropping out of escrow. And that's probably the similar situation analogy that I would give you.
Okay, on that note, if I publicly announced that I was buying a house and the house publicly was announcing that I was buying it as well, and it was a massive celebration and a big deal, and the roof wasn't leaking water, I would assume that I would be okay with the physical being passed. It appears as if they found out. Now, granted, our sources have told us that Trey Hendrickson was dreaming, if he was going to go to the Ravens, of playing with Maxx Crosby. That's kind of what all the intel is from the Trey Hendrickson camp that we have learned, both from Schefter and from our own research into that world, is that they were basically fantasizing about a time with he and Maxx Crosby on the same D-line.
And they just go. So if you want to go back and watch that clip came from, you know what? I didn't even say that. I go through my history. So yes, Amber, I will say yes. The Baltimore Ravens, they were. So let's look at it from a standpoint, from a business standpoint. I'm not saying it's collusion, because I'm thinking, okay, they knew about this months ago. That's why I think Maxx Crosby didn't even play the last two games of the regular season because of his knee. At that time, the Raiders said they was trying to protect him and they didn't want him to get more injured. But Maxx Crosby took it as they was trying to tank on purpose to get the first round draft. We don't know what it is, but based off whatever the Baltimore Ravens saw, they decided before 4 p.m. today on March the 11th, whatever they saw was not worth the risk of losing 2 first-round picks for Maxx Crosby. Now, I'm surprised, since Dallas was going to give up a first round, at least one first round for Maxx Crosby. I'm surprised they haven't come out and gave an offer for Maxx Crosby. That's what I'm saying, and that's what the doctor also was saying. Just because Baltimore Ravens said no, another team could say yes. But have you heard of any offers on the table? Let's see. Let's go ahead. Let's see. Amber, you're right about that. I made it. What's up, Evelyn? I made it. Greetings, my sister and chat. Yes. Hello, Evelyn. Let's see here. Do you think Monken may also have a say? Hold on. Do you think Monken may have also had a say, being he had played with them twice? I'm not sure. I don't know who's talking to who behind the scenes, on the phones, in emails. I don't know. Right now, this thing, the dust is just settling. People has been talking about this all day long, still talking about this. So I'm still taking notes. But, I think this is what the good doctor's about to say. Hold on, it's just about 30 more seconds. Here's the point of what I said earlier. He said,
allegedly. Now, we don't know the ins and outs of this entirely. I think the whole world... allegedly. Now, we don't know the ins and outs of this entirely.
So I'm gonna put this on mute, but at the end, the doctor said, somebody asked the doctor, have you seen this before? The doctor said he has never seen no team, no NFL team in history break this type of agreement on this magnitude. So yes, collusion, a lot of people are saying that, and I hate to say it, Vestas, but you know I have integrity. So don't hold against me what I'm about to say. But this morning, I'm trying to get breakfast. And Speakeasy came up on my timeline. I didn't go look for him, but it had Maxx Crosby across the thumbnail. And they said something about disrespectful or something like that. So while I'm fixing my breakfast, I listened to the video. Everybody on that podcast, even Emmanuel Acho, said this was total BS. They basically said if the Baltimore Ravens did this to Maxx Crosby just to get Trey Henderson or Hickorix, whatever his name is, they said that was total BS. But based on what the doctor said, the NFL is not even going to investigate this, because any team, for any trade, for any agreement, even the free agency, they have to 4:00 p.m. on Wednesday, on March the 11th, to solidify any agreements. So they had the right to renege. Let's see what we talking about, Vestas. So all the black players can play with head injury, CTEs. You said something there, Faith. Remember Antonio Brown? You said something there, Faith, but it was the teams that passed him. It was the teams that passed him in the physical. He was never right after that, and I will still say he needs help from that, and that is true. The last time I heard anything about Antonio Brown's, that particular AB, you know, he had those charges of trying to delete someone with the big M. So you're right. You're right. And I had the name wrong. His name is Daniel Jones, not a Josh Daniels or whatever, but you know who I was talking about. He failed the physical with the Colts and still was able, you know, he moved forward. He's moving forward with the Colts. But that's what I'm saying. Even the doctor saying, just because the Baltimore Ravens didn't sign him, that doesn't prevent another team from signing him. So that's why I said, let's give it to Friday afternoon or Saturday morning and see what comes up. Now, this is what I do know. Since this has happened behind the scenes, the other teams can request copies of the MRIs or have Maxx Crosby go through their own physical checkups, which he may be doing, and we just probably haven't heard nothing about it. Because remember, Will Shepard with the Colorado Buffaloes, he was an undrafted free agent with Tampa Bay along with Shiloh Sanders. He didn't pass the physical. He went to the Broncos. He didn't pass the physicals. But the Green Bay Packers, a team that he's still on this year, signed him to a deal. So just because he didn't go to Baltimore, somebody else may come along and pick him up. It may be, what's his name? Jerry Jones. Who knows? We may be getting that news tomorrow. So we shall see. Let's give it to Friday afternoon, Saturday morning. And let's see what happens, Vestas. This should be illegal. Nothing was signed, Amber. I guess it was just a verbal agreement. Now, should you do that to players? No. But guess what? I'm pretty sure Maxx Crosby was comfortable in going to Baltimore, looking for homes, trying to get the family settled ahead of rookie minicamp and OTAs, because it's never happened before at this magnitude. And I'm letting this video play in the background until you get to the last minute so you can hear the doctor say it's never happened at this magnitude. Now, with the Raiders, and I'm going back to that tweet, the Raiders said that no further comment at this time. I told you they was pissed. The Raiders is hot. Listen, it's never happened at this magnitude. I'm trying to get to this place, Vestas. It's never happened at this magnitude. So, collusion, yes. Have players failed physicals before and still went to the team? Yes. Yes. Somebody at the Baltimore Ravens, they have put a bad taste in probably every player that was probably interested in playing for the Baltimore Ravens because they reneged on such a level. Woo! Do you know if they can do it to a Maxx Crosby, they can do it to anybody else? Whoo! I want to see what the Baltimore Ravens free agency is going to look like after today. Okay, dirty, the dirt. Now they're the two dirty birds, them Ravens, not the Atlanta Falcons. Now the Atlanta Falcons are just going to be the sick birds, baby. They about to get. This is about to be a bad year for Atlanta. This should be illegal. These people were not items for Walmart. You are right. They are forgetting the human capacity of it. But they're thinking about business right now. Like I said, I don't know what was in his records. I don't know what was in his MRI, but they said no. But let's remember, just because the Baltimore denied it, there could be another team working on something in the background. And my thing is, the Raiders, if they was willing to trade him to another team, they're also probably working in the backgrounds. But guess what? They're not going to get a 1-1. They're not going to get a first rounder this year, and probably not a second rounder, especially based off the status of that knee. You can't run, you can't cut, you can't move to the left or the right, back, front, and center with a torn meniscus. And if he rush it, he's going to tear it more. Let's keep going. Illegal. It's time for lawsuit. But they didn't sign nothing. They didn't sign nothing, Fate. That's what I've heard a lot of platforms say it. Nothing was signed. Now, if something was signed, that'd be totally different. But nothing was signed. Let's see here. Let's see what this good doctor's saying right here. I'm watching this. You mean to tell me everybody said that? Listen, even Cam Newton said, Tua Tagovailoa in Atlanta? He said Tua Tagovailoa got question marks, periods, exclamation marks, and he could get 1 year. And the Baltimore Ravens didn't even attempt to modify the contract or the agreement that they had with the Raiders. Can it really be that bad? I don't know. Daniel Jones failed his and still went to. I don't know. I don't know. Trust me, more is going to come out about this. Trust me, this is 24 hours. More is going to come out about this. Okay. Yeah, listen. I thought Tua was definitely going to medically retire after last year. Whew. Okay, let's see what the good doctor's saying. Hold on.
Please. From the Trey Hendrickson camp that we have learned, both from Schefter and from our own research into that world, is that they were basically fantasizing about a time with he and Maxx Crosby on the same D-line. So I don't think they potentially knew that was the case. But as soon as that deal gets announced, and they still have the 1 and the 2, it's like, ooh, this was clearly we didn't know, but now we can, and we get buyer's remorse type deal is what the initial public reaction is, that it's a bad deal. How often does this take place? It doesn't feel like this happens that often, especially with how highly sought after Maxx Crosby was, how big of a deal it was, and especially the Ravens organization. It doesn't feel like this would be something that would be coming out of there. How often does this type of thing take place, Doc, in your predictor?
This type of thing has never happened in my experience. Not of this magnitude, not involving 2 first-round trades. And remember, the landscape has changed over the last few days of who's available and draft picks and cap and so forth. And now the deal reverts. It's never happened like this before. There have been lots of incidences where a player has failed a physical and some trades have not become final, not of this magnitude. Lots of incidences where a free agent signing doesn't conclude, including in 2014, the Raiders agreed to a deal in free agency with Roger Saffold and then failed him on a physical, and he reverted for less money to the then St. Louis Rams. So failed physicals do happen, and no trade or signing is final until the physical is passed.
All right, we appreciate the hell out of you for your...
Woo! Ain't Tony Talks Vested Up is good. That just dropped in my lap to this morning, and I just said, just let me hit play while I'm hitting breakfast, and I didn't know that particular clip was going to be so massive today. But 2 things that the doctor said, it has never happened to be 3 things. It's never happened before on this magnitude. It's not no trade or no agreement is solidified until someone signs that dotted line, and players have failed physicals before, and either they adjust the contract and move forward. Okay, so there it is, Vestas. Let me go to the comments. Woo, Vestas, yes. It's been deep. Beauty, blind beauty, I don't understand that either. Let me see what blind beauty. Listen. I don't know. I'm surprised that the doctors allowed Tua to pass the physical. I don't know. I thought really he was gonna medically retire. I'm tired. Tua pass, Maxx Crosby doesn't. Don't know. From my understanding, you can even sue. That is true, but maybe the NFL is different because the doctor said, and everybody has said several times in this clip, is not confirmed or concrete until after 4:00 on Wednesday. But yes, regular civilians, yes. If we agree upon a verbal contract, yes, that can hold up in court. But I guess not in the NFL. And like I said, Maxx Crosby probably thought that even though he had an injury with his knee, he still was going to be okay, not pass the physical, but still be able to play for the Baltimore Ravens. I'm pretty sure he thought that. You know why? Because it's never happened before at this magnitude. So Maxx Crosby is going to be the first one in history this has happened to on this magnitude. And the way that the Raiders wrote up that tweet, they are mad as hell. Excuse my French. From my understanding, okay, I read that one. What is Pittsburgh doing? Are they keeping Aaron Rodgers? We don't. You in the right place. Blind beauty is big time. Listen, okay, if Kevin Stefanski is trying to get Joe Flacco out of retirement again this year, I'm pretty sure that the Steelers, whoever the next coach is, may be trying to get Aaron Rodgers to sign one more time, especially if they get a Ty Simpson, because he only started 15 collegiate games. So they're going to need an insurance policy. Now, Aaron Rodgers, if he was to come back again, they would have to set me up pretty if I was Aaron Rodgers. 1 year, $50 million. 1 year, $60 million. 1 year, $80 million. 1 year, $100 million. Because guess what? Aaron Rodgers, he's already in his mid-40s, right? Let's say 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. If them defensive tackles and them Ed Rushers gonna come out of college and hit me the way that we saw them coming out there combined, you gonna have to pay me some money. You gonna have to pay me some money. I'm not coming out for 1 year and $10 million. I'm not coming out for 120. I'm not coming out for 130. You got to give me 150, 160, 170. You got to give me some money. What? You're dangerous. Aaron Rodgers, he was scared to come out of retirement last year. Remember? He didn't sign till what? 3 days before training camp. The man was scared. Did you see how they was hitting Aaron Rodgers in the NFL? It's equal opportunity. If you got that ball and if you on the center, I'm coming, especially as a defender. I'm coming. Aaron Rodgers, Kirk Cousins, Joe Flacco. Just say it's over. Don't let Kevin Stefanski trick you into coming back for a year to get hurt. Don't let whoever the new Raiders head coach come back and let you get hurt. Joe Flacco, just don't let this NFL abuse you. Y'all just go enjoy your life because these speeds are coming out of college. Go. I almost said that K word. They go hurt them. That's a whole mess. Tua can play. Yeah, I'm trying to. And Cal is still a free agent while the collusion run. Yeah, Tua got picked up. I'm gonna slow down. Hold on, Father, catch me. So you mean that Kevin Stefanski saw something deeper and greater in Tua than Kyler Murray? The devil is a lie. Now, out of all things, the quarterback Murray yes, that right there is solidified collusion. We got another SHEDEUR Sanders on our hand this year. So Tony Grossi said the NFL always choose one each year. And all those other times it's been rookies. SHEDEUR Sanders' number was called last year. This year, since they know that we're watching the NFL and they're not trying to go that route, now they're going to pick on somebody from the inside. Kyler Murray and Daniel Jones got picked up, failed his physical. What? You mean to tell? You know what? I'm glad you brought that up. Kyler Murray should have been picked up, my opinion, ahead of Geno Smith and ahead of Daniel Jones. What? Now that's the collusion. That's a solidified collusion. That is a. Wait to Friday. Now. What y'all been laughing for? Exactly. Yes. Just give up and live. Yes, just give up and live. You get towed up like that. Aaron Rodgers. You see how they held Miles off and well, I know that teams, when it comes to the Cleveland Browns, now this is one thing that's going to be in our benefit this year. All the teams still got to prepare for Myles Garrett coming from that left or the right? And once again, when they come to playing the Cleveland Browns this year, now that especially that SHEDEUR Sanders has that O-line, they got to prepare for SHEDEUR Sanders offense and they got to prepare for Myles Garrett defense. I heard teams, when it came last year throughout the 2025 regular seasons, they spent more time trying to get their offense strategies together just to contend with Myles Garrett coming from that left or that right. But this year, the Cleveland Browns with this O-line, because we are already better than last year. Now they got to worry about Cleveland Browns offense and defense. Andrew Berry, take a bow. Let me see. They only use Aaron Old Butt to block shit. Well, guess what? You're right. Oh, we're right, and that's why you have not been here that long. Blind Beauty is big time, but we touched on that last week, and we'll touched on that before. That we believe. Well, I can't put it on the Vestas, but I definitely believe that's why Mike Tomlin left. Involuntarily, involuntarily, I think his conscience was messing with him on how it went down regarding SHEDEUR Sanders. He had to pick Aaron Rodgers. He left on a losing season, and I guess he said, you know what, I need a break from this. But yes, he definitely blocked SHEDEUR Sanders last year. Miss Nola has cracked the code. Oh yeah. That's 1732. Yeah, she cracked that. And nobody gave her credit. They still talking about SHEDEUR Sanders. I knew it. I was not going to bring that up. But I had something in my bones said that somebody was going to bring that up tonight. Okay, we're going to address it. Let me go ahead and get him down, because I got a treat for y'all. I want to put this one up. Don't play it right now. Hold on, don't play it right now. Okay, I saw that. Donna C. Woo! Some people have more patience than me. Some people like to be, like to have their brains scrambled. I'm not one of those people. I got up in age and I don't have time for the mess. That's why I don't even refer to that channel. I just refer to them as that 4-letter channel. And now a lot of people are starting to see what I saw a few months ago. I don't fool with it. I don't like lukewarm commentary. I don't like lukewarm positions. I don't like lukewarm, how can I say it? Just people in general. Either you're going to be for me or against me. Okay? Whew. I hate that so many of us are still even giving that particular show a shine, because I'm not going to deal with it. I'm not dealing with it. This is what I do know. SHEDEUR Sanders have said out of his own mouth, Deion Sanders has said out of his own mouth and have alluded to, because SHEDEUR Sanders was going to be a quarterback, Deion Sanders started SHEDEUR Sanders really as a defensive player to read defense. SHEDEUR Sanders even stated out his own mouth that his father put him as safety, I think it was safety, and nickel, just to understand on how to read defenses, so he could be very productive as a quarterback. And that's why SHEDEUR Sanders in 1 year at the University of Colorado left there with over 4,000 passing yards. Okay? And guess who, if nobody didn't notice, I don't know why nobody on that show pushes back and say, how can SHEDEUR Sanders not read defense when his father is Deion Sanders, one of the greatest cornerbacks in NFL history? You think Deion Sanders was not going to teach his sons on how to read defense? If I was on that show, every time somebody came up with some of them stupidest see, they couldn't have no one true on that show like me, because they'll be pulling the plug. Anyone, G. Bush, Tytus, all they had to say is, how can you say that? Based off his stats in college without an O-line, how was he able to get those passing yards? How he was able to get those balls to Travis without an O-line? How can you say that when his father is Deion Sanders? They're acting like SHEDEUR Sanders was just birthed by Pilar, by herself, and Deion Sanders is not SHEDEUR Sanders' father. I can't believe we're still having these narratives almost a year later, after they seen in Cleveland, they saw what SHEDEUR Sanders did in 2025. Yeah, I'm about to crack. Whew. SHEDEUR Sanders is always studying. I don't even think SHEDEUR Sanders, the only break I've seen SHEDEUR Sanders take was in Paris, and he had to come back to the United States because he became a Pro Bowler. They won't even talk about the young man was a Pro Bowler. Even though it was flag football, he still had to read defense to get the ball into the end zone. He still had wide receivers. You mean to tell me I'm not doing it? I'm not losing my religion tonight. I'm not doing it. I'm not losing my religion tonight. Let me go back to the comments. SHEDEUR was calling his own place. Come on. Yes, Faith. Why they not pushing back with stuff like that? Even in the University of Colorado, SHEDEUR Sanders, because of Pat Schumer was up there trying to throw his last season. Pat Schumer got mad at SHEDEUR Sanders, if you don't know, because Pat Schumer would call down a play, but because of based off of the defense, SHEDEUR Sanders would change the play in the huddle, and that's when Pat Schumer had put a target on SHEDEUR Sanders' back. Even it came out during this time last year that from inside a Colorado University locker room, there was a coach talking bad about SHEDEUR Sanders because he changed the plays. Let's not forget that this time last year, there was anonymous sources coming out that SHEDEUR Sanders changed the plays in the huddles. The reason why the young man was changing plays in the huddles because he could read the defense. Why nobody is talking about this in Cleveland? I don't want that don't even play football and I know all of this. Why isn't Tytus or G Bush pushing back with logical narratives? Logical narratives. Did we see what SHEDEUR said? Oh, I forgot. I'm sorry. They just don't want to. Oh, they just don't want to. Oh, Lord. Trust me, the degenerative knees is not good again. Oh, Lord. Yeah. No. I'm not even calling his name over here. Them two J's, I will not. The only one pushing back was G Bush. But I want him to be aggressive, Donna C. I want him to hit. Because, look, listen. This clip that's going around now, I saw it on Big Snacks or Simply Dropping Ball. I seen it on Football Things, and I seen it on, I think it was I Love Hip Hop Live, the Brothers channel. And in the clip that everybody is going around. Yes, G Bush pushed back, but he should have pushed back a little bit harder because this is stupid. And so this is the thing, and I told y'all how I used to watch that channel, the 4-letter channel. I listen to what this person say, this person gonna say, but I also watch how G Bush responds. And he does push back, but he lets a little bit too much go for my taste. Okay? But today in that clip that's going around, what's his name? Bull was saying that you heard it too. You know he heard it. If I was G Bush, I would have said I haven't heard nothing like that. See, because when Bush was throwing that out there and it was giggling, I think it was the clip with Jason Lloyd said his name and Bush, not Bush. The Bull was kind of double teaming G Bush at that time when he was trying to get his talking points out, and it was like, yeah, you know what we talk about. We know what you're talking about. If I was G Bush, I would have said, I don't know exactly what you talk. I haven't heard those narratives, but he didn't push back. He didn't push back. I hate bringing up that show. Yeah, Pat told Kevin all that mess. Yes. And like I told you, Amber, Pat Schumer was Kevin Stefanski mentor at the Minnesota Vikings when they was there together. That's why, let's see him. That's why Travis and LaJohntay Wester could do such great things. Yes. That's what happened to CU last year, and those quarterbacks were scared to change the play. Hold on. Now see here, Amber, you know exactly what you're talking about. Just based off that comment right there, that lets me know that you was watching What She Said Sports last year, and you was watching those games, and we heard the narratives, and that's why Salter, in his last eligible year in college, he basically had to forfeit his career yesterday. And remember, they wouldn't even give him a wristband because they didn't want them changing the plays like SHEDEUR Sanders, but they eventually got it, but it was too late in the season. Yes, Salter was scared to change them plays because he saw that narrative that followed SHEDEUR Sanders in the NFL. But based off what we know, nobody from Colorado got invited to the combine. And if I would have known this, I would have picked up that phone and called Salter. I said, look, Salter, I can look in the future and nobody from Colorado is going to be invited to the combine. So, yo, man, go ahead and save your stats and your potential draft pick and go ahead and change them plays. Because Pat Schumer, guess what? At the end of the season, he's going to be gone too. He's going to be gone too. Salter didn't even get an invite. Now, I do got to look up, Vestas, and y'all done got me hot tonight. I ain't even played them other clips. I got to play them clips, but I need to see when is Colorado, University of Colorado, Pro Day. Pro Day. But you was watching that, Amber. Yes, he was scared. They were scared. The university, that was last year. Hold on. Let me see what the date is for 2026. Based off the preliminary 2026 NFL draft projections, the University of Colorado Pro Day is expected to take place late March or early April. There's no date right now, but I will be watching that. I will be watching that. Let's see here. The way they would have hey, based off what you did to Raul Havana 58-49 or 58-48, man, I truly believe they will be bleeping you out and escorting you off doing a commercial break. I don't know what it is. And so, okay, so let me look at it from another standpoint, okay? Gosh, I hate looking at it from another standpoint, but I can see I'm just gifted with seeing both sides of the field. I'm gonna say this. I will say this. I don't want to. I ain't gonna say it. Nah, forget it. I ain't gonna say it. Don't be lukewarm. Don't be lukewarm when it comes to SHEDEUR Sanders. Stay 10 toes down. I'm not saying it. I'm not giving nobody grace and mercy. Stand on 10 toes down regarding SHEDEUR Sanders. I don't care if you're trying to keep a balance, because SHEDEUR Sanders may go to another team in the next two or 3 years. Okay, you just okay, he just may do that. Quarterbacks move around, all players move around. And if you're not doing that in order to save your platform or your friends or the people or your connections in Cleveland, don't play the middle. Just pretend like that you're just unbiased. Just don't play the middle. Don't be hot one day and cold the next. My thing is, if you're gonna go viral every day because you don't stood on SHEDEUR Sanders, but SHEDEUR Sanders 10 toes down. If you're gonna go viral one, audio check. Hey, if you can hear me, just see y'all done got me hot in here. Y'all done messed up my microphone. Y'all done messed up my microphone. Can you still hear me? Can you still hear me? Oh, it got me hot in here. It's based right now on my word. Let's see here. Okay, you can hear me? All right, what about now? Audio check. Okay. All right, I don't hear myself, but that's okay. Long as y'all can hear me, I'm good. All right, just give me another thumbs up. Okay, you can hear me now. All right. See, y'all done got me hot, Besters. Donna, see, I was trying to avoid that. I wanted to put out a disclaimer. Don't bring that in here. But good gracious, good God Almighty, I'm going to fall on my knees tonight because you done got me there. Woo! All right, let me go ahead. Okay. All right, let me go ahead and play these last clips because y'all done got me there tonight. All right, so let me introduce the gentleman on the screen. Okay, hold on. Let me get an external thumbs up. Let's see here. If you can hear me, put a 10. Put a 10 in the chat. 10, and I'll move forward. All got me. You think I need your help. Okay, good, Donna C. Thank you. All right, so this gentleman that I'm about to bring. All right, so this gentleman I'm about to introduce to the screen, and then I'm going to be done with this live because y'all have got me on 10. But this gentleman on the screen is actually our new right tackle. Let me go ahead and introduce you to Mr. Tytus Howard. Yes. And listen to what this young man had to say. Come on, Tytus, come to the stage.
Life to Cleveland. Like, can you...
Yeah. But, you know, when I found out actually happened, it was going to be the Browns, I kind of saw that Coach Warhop was a coach, and I was excited. Coach Warhop was my coach in 2022, and every year I always told guys, it was like, who's your favorite offensive lineman? I was like, Warhop.
What?
So...
Hold on, Vestas. All right, hold on, Vestas. Let me do the audio. So this is Mr. Tytus Howard, our new left tackle. I'm gonna put it on mute and I'll let it play.
Kids, like you're moving your entire life to Cleveland. Like, can you wrap your head around that yet?
Man, it was kind of, I kind of knew it, but found out that was actually happening. It was going to be the Browns, and I kind of saw that Coach Warhop was a coach, and I was, because Warhop was my coach in 2022, and every year I always told guys, it was like, who's your favorite offensive coach? I was like, Coach Warhop, you know. So I was excited, you know, to be back here and be able to, you know, play for him. And, you know, looking at, you know, the place I was in, and I see potential and where we're going to go. I heard, man, I'm excited to be a part of a team that, you know, to be a part of a team that can change things around. So I'm excited for that, you know, to be here and be a leader and lead this group.
Our guy, Joe Thomas, the Hall of Famer, also said that George Warhop was one of his favorite O-line coaches because Joe got coached by George when he was here the first time. Why is he your guy?
Because I feel like he can his players, you know, he productivity, and so he's gonna coach everybody on the offensive line the same way. Whether you're the top paid guy, you're the practice guy, he's gonna demand your best. And I think he tells everybody, you know, the same. And you gotta match his intensity every day. So if you don't, you're not able to do that, it's not the place to be. He's not coach for you. Because, you know, he's going to demand the best from you every day. He's not going to let you slouch off. Like I used to always tell guys, you know, I was a young guy when he started coaching me, but, you know, me and Tonsil, he coached us the same way every day. So, me better as a player, made everyone in the room a lot more. And, you know, I was sad when he didn't come back to you.
So basically, Tytus Howard, he's just going through and he's just giving his reflections. He said he's very happy to come to Cleveland, to play with Cleveland. So that is definitely a plus. He wants to be in Cleveland, and he's decided to be reunited with George Warhop, someone I didn't know that actually was his O-line coach in Texas when he played for the Texas Houston. So that is a plus. Now, also regarding, let's see here. Let me go back to the comments. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Hey, thank you. Hey, thank you so much, Donna C. Thank you so much, Donna C. Now you gonna mess me up. Oh, go to that George Warhop was his coach. When he was there at Texas. This is O-line coach. So that means that they're familiar with each other. Now, one thing that I didn't know about Tytus Howard, I'm going to show you this. Tytus Howard, besides being a great right tackle, guess what?
I'm on the screen
he was
here.
Also
to check out your highlights, because dude, you're killing people. You're this dual threat quarterback. How many people in your high school? It's not a big team. Okay, I don't know why they messed it up, so I'm gonna play the audio. So, along with being a right tackle in high school, Howard was also a quarterback and a tight end, y'all. Let me play this clip. He was a quarterback. He can actually throw the ball. We got a right tackle that was a quarterback. This is Tytus Howard throwing the ball down the field as quarterback. That's Tytus Howard. Our right tackle was quarterback and tight end in high school. Hold on.
Highly encourage people. We're gonna show some on the screen here to check out your highlights, because dude, you're killing people. You're this dual threat quarterback. How many people in your high school? It's not a big town.
It's not. It's probably like 300 or something, 400.
Okay.
Yeah.
And yeah, you occasionally you threw some dots on those highlights, but you're killing people. They snap it to you, and you're a bulldozer.
Yeah. Yeah, so I just tell coach, because first when I first got to high school, I was a tight end, but then they found out I could throw the ball, and they was like, well, we're gonna put you at quarterback. And so like from my sophomore year all the way up to my senior year, I was probably averaging like 150 to 200 rushing yards a game, or like 100, 120, 150 passing yards. My last career game in high school, I had like 315 yards rushing off like 15 carries with like another 200 passing.
Okay, so you remember those numbers like it was yesterday, because that's I wrote that down. 315 yards. Correct. Yep. Yeah. Did you guys win?
It's crazy. I had all those stats and we still lost. I think the team put up like 60. We put up 50. So it's crazy.
What other NFL team has a right tackle where Todd Monken can develop a play that seem like SHEDEUR Sanders is going to, I don't know, pitch the ball to the right tackle, and for the right tackle to deliver a bomb down the field to a wide receiver or tight end? Todd Monken has a right tackle that played quarterback and could throw the ball. Had 315 yards with the passing or rushing. But he had 315 yards in passing or rushing, and then another 200 yards in passing or rushing. Woo! I don't know if he can still do it, but that is Mr. Tytus Howard. And I'm going to thank you for coming out to talk to the Browns, the Cleveland Browns media today on that podcast. But yes. Let's see that. That's what's up. Yes, that's what's up. Wow. Yeah. So that's the A. So that's the treat I wanted to bring y'all regarding Mr. Tytus Howard. Mr. Tytus Howard. I'm trying to tell you. I was shocked when I saw that. Hold on, let me get I get on this side of SHEDEUR Sanders. So that's my lineup. Don't forget the Cleveland University of Colorado Pro Day is at the end of the month or early April, okay? Let me see something. Let me see if there's any other potential. Let me see if any other news came out about Maxx Crosby being picked up by another team. Since y'all had me, we was going in on that part today. Maxx Crosby, latest news.
They still talking about it. Nope, nothing new. They're just talking about that the deal fell through. As of now, there's no new team that has offered any type of trade or anything about Maxx Crosby. So we're going to give it to Friday, Saturday, see what goes on. Oh, Shiloh, I haven't heard nothing about Shiloh. Let's see here. I've been looking for new information about Shiloh since this weekend. Nothing, which is surprising. So I don't know if they're going to see what draft picks they get and then offer additional contracts afterwards. Because I went over live, there were several players on the Cleveland Browns team that got picked up in December. So they can actually offer undrafted free agent contracts throughout the year. So, but we did go over the teams that got money for Shiloh. Tennessee Titans got about $100 million left on the table. The Raiders now had some money. Crosby came back home, so I don't know what that does with their salary cap. The Chargers had about a good 80 to 90 million still on the table. We also had watch the Commanders had about 70 million on the table, and there was another team. So 5 teams out there got 70 million and higher on the table. They can fit Shiloh Sanders in there. Let's see here. Shiloh Sanders, free agency. Let's see here. Nope. Now, who brought that up? What about Twitch? Who brought that up? So, Chevon 8800. I normally go, if I don't see any news, I normally go to his channel. And if you have to leave, Vestas, thank you so much for spending time with me tonight. And I understand tomorrow is work day. So if you have to go, I definitely understand. But I'll be back Friday or tomorrow, depends on what news comes out. So Chevron, if I'm mispronouncing your name, apologies. But I normally go out to Shiloh's page. And the last video we was tracking as of yesterday was 12 to 13 days old. So let's see if he posted anything new today. Shiloh Sanders have not posted nothing new in 14 days. So we have been assuming over here since 2 weeks ago, because he didn't post nothing new, that he's working out with teams, and hopefully that is the case. Hopefully Shiloh Sanders is going through his own physicals with these teams. All 32 teams, including the Cleveland Browns, and that's what we're hoping for. Nothing new on Shiloh. I'm still praying too. Late in the midnight hour. So we may get something. Oh, he was? Did he say anything, Amber? Because I don't have Twitch. Did he say anything about undrafted free agency, Amber? Faith, he hasn't posted anything. Let's see here. What on Twitch? Did he say anything? Okay, I said the same thing. Hey, thank you. Yeah, definitely hit the like button. Hit the like button, please. No, he was showing a video game, Faith. Playing a video game. Okay. Faith! Hey, we're the kindred spirits, and people definitely be putting clues out there in videos. So, hey, that is definitely a that's a good question. That's a good question. People do throw clues out in movies and videos and stuff. No, he didn't say anything about the NFL. He didn't say nothing about the NFL. He didn't mention the NFL, Amber. Not one time. Please say he Please say he said something about the NFL. It was see you playing somebody. Oh, the baby blue and gold. Oh, hold on. Let me go back up. He was playing a video game, Faith. Video game, or was he watching a game on TV? It was see you playing someone. I think the baby blue and gold. Oh no. Yeah. Maybe he's trying to stay, and that's fine. But it's free. But this is free agency window though. This free agency window. This is where everybody moving. This way everybody talking. This is what we've been waiting on. This is what we've been waiting on, nephew Shiloh. We've been waiting on you. This is the period you're supposed to say something. Now, if he's trying to wait until OTAs, I hurt Shiloh so bad. He done had us talking 5 to 6, 7 months, and he go appear at OTAs. Oh, it's like Madden College. Oh, Call of Duty is what he was playing. Yeah, I don't have no Twitch. Man. Okay. Okay. Well. So maybe he was just coming back from working out with some teams. We're gonna believe that, okay? But gosh, now maybe he's just coming home from working out with a lot of teams, and he just waiting on the call, and that was just opportunity to just chilling and relaxing. We're gonna put that out in the universe. He had been home in 2 weeks, and he just wanted to play video games like any other young man because he's tired and he's just trying to relax. Yeah, he got us hanging. Say something, Shiloh. At least let us know if you still want to play for the NFL, or if he at least have aspirations and goals. Because if not, I have to believe what 420 said. But I ain't trying to believe what 420 said. And if 420 still in here, I don't want to hear nothing that she got to say regarding Shiloh Sanders, because I don't want her to repeat what she repeated weeks ago, okay? But we're still looking out for investors. For Call of Duty, Cello. Yeah, I don't like to be hanging. I don't like, but that's nephew, so I'll let him say something though, Shiloh. Say something. Give a clue. Give something. Say something. Yay or nay. Or 1 or 2. All right, investors. So that's it. That is it. The Ravens were not willing to take a risk to their drafts and their financial pockets. So there it is, investors. I'm waiting to hear. Yeah, I want to hear that too. I want to hear that too. And SHEDEUR Sanders have even, so LaJohntay Wester has been seen at even the University of Colorado. SHEDEUR Sanders was actually at Dominique Ponder's memorial last weekend. So even he's come back to Colorado. I haven't even seen Shiloh even come back to Colorado. Have y'all seen Shiloh come back to Colorado even for a visit to see Dion or see anybody? Vested up by the best to do it. Thank you, Sam Moore. But I haven't even seen Shiloh even come back to see you. I don't know. JSU. I haven't seen Shiloh only in Tampa getting his hair done by a lady named Tony. Hey, that's the last time I see Shiloh. So I don't know, Vestas. I don't know. But I will be watching the news. I will be looking out for Shiloh. I will be looking out for developing stories regarding Maxx Crosby and his failed physical, and see what other teams are going to offer him in it, something. I will say this: if they do offer for Maxx Crosby, it would not be a 1-and-1 based on what happened in 24 hours ago. They may get some 2s for him or some 3s, but based off those medical exams, it won't be a 1-and-1. We could take that to the house. Shallow's been working on something. We holding faith, Faith. We are holding faith. We were just asking when he's coming to JSU when he was on church. And what did he say, Amber? What did he say? Did he say anything about JSU? Now that I know that you JSU alumni, Mississippi in the house. Let me see, did he say anything about coming to JSU homecoming? Oh, when he's coming to JSU. Shiloh got to come somewhere. He'll come to CU, JSU, something. He just said he got to make it back down there. Okay. Okay, I see it right now. I'm gonna have the inbox. I see now. I'm gonna have the inbox. I'm gonna have to inbox Shiloh. I'm gonna have to ring his tree. Okay. All right, Vestas. So Vestas, I'm gonna give you back the rest of your night. It's 9:30. I had you for an hour and 35 minutes, and we've had some good times tonight. I enjoyed this. So tomorrow I'll be back based on the news. But if I'm not back tomorrow, matter of fact, I still may come on tomorrow just to see if any highlights. Just see any highlights. But I'll definitely be back Friday. By then, at least a team should at least offer something for Maxx Crosby. Now, Vestas, I'm gonna leave you on this thought. Okay? Even a good doctor said that this was the Baltimore's subjective rejection of Maxx Crosby. He also said it doesn't mean that the other teams can reject him also. But this is the question I'm going to pose to you. What if Friday afternoon, Friday night, Saturday, Sunday, what about next Wednesday? There's not another trade on the block for Maxx Crosby. Not another trade on the block for Maxx Crosby. Is that even a possibility? Could his medical record be that bad where another team is not going to offer a trade? And I'm going to leave you on that one. Could it be that bad? I'm going to leave you on that one. You coming to see the Dog Pound? I'm going to come see the Dog Pound if they play Atlanta next year. I don't know when. The dates haven't been released when Atlanta is going to come to Cleveland. But I don't know. I get very cold up there. I put it like this. I think about it. No promises. I think about it. But if it's in the cold months, I ain't coming. I know I ain't coming. I'm not coming. I don't trust them. I don't trust none of them. They all seem to do the same stuff. Yeah, that's true. Then we know he damaged. Come on. Then we know he was damaged by this public. Yes. You want to go to Donna C? Listen, Donna C, we already talked about it. Definitely when they come to Atlanta next year, we definitely can meet up in Atlanta next year. I don't do cold. But yeah, I'll be back on here tomorrow because I forgot to talk about the competition. The competition that's brewing in Cleveland. I forgot to talk on that because y'all got me off of my rocker tonight. So yeah, I'll be back tomorrow, investors. I'm going to come back tomorrow. We got some more talking to do, okay? We got some more talking to do. Right? I want to go August. Okay. Yes, Amber Love. All right, investors. So until next time, make sure you get your notes, your drink, and your vest. Because we stay vested up over here. And I'll see y'all tomorrow night, okay? I will be coming back tomorrow night with some updates, okay? All right, investors. Hey, thank you, Donna C. Thank you. Thank you, Amber. Thank you, Mita. Thank you, everybody that came in tonight. 420. All right, Dusters. And Grim Creeper at the SDP 1208. And we out of here.